Hi, thanks for joining me for this beginner lesson. Today we're going to learn a very basic beginner spin called the fireman spin. Before we begin, make sure that you are nice and warmed up. Make sure that you don't have any lotion or oils on your body. Go ahead and also clean your pole. Grab some grip if you'd like and some water, and we'll go ahead and get right into the lesson. First, I'll demonstrate what the spin looks like, and then we'll break it down. In this spin, we have our dominant hand going up high. This is also my inside arm. So anytime I say inside arm or inside leg, that's going to be the arm or leg or body part that's closest to the pole. If I say outside arm or outside leg, that'll be the one that's furthest away. So in this tutorial, my dominant hand is my right hand. So that hand goes up high. If you're left-handed, then you'll be standing beside the pole with your left hand up high. Okay, so I'm going to turn the other way just in case you are also right-handed like me, and I'll show you what it looks like from here. And I also want to add that whenever we bring our knees to the pole, we're squeezing the pole in between our knees. Everything is tight. Our abs are tight, our glutes, hamstrings, quads. We're squeezing that pole in between, okay? So starting from here, little step forward, bringing our outside arm across, turning toward the pole, putting the knees, squeezing the pole between our knees, and come down to the floor. So again, dominant hand goes up high. Give yourself some space away from the pole. That way you can do your step, okay? So we have our hand up high and we have some space between ourselves and the pole. We're going to take that inside or that dominant leg, just put it forward just a bit. We're going to bring this outside arm here, and we're going to let momentum take us onto the pole. Put both knees on the pole. You can point your toes here, and you can play around with the placement of your legs. You can put them, uneven, and then hold it as long as you want or as little as you want. You can come down to the floor here. Now, if we want to add a little bit of sass to this routine, we can start before the spin to make these steps easier to going into the spin. We're going to do a walk around. So what I mean by a walk around is dominant hand goes up high, and we're going to step with our outside, inside, outside, inside. So we don't want to be too far away from the pole. We don't want to be too close. We want to be just enough, about a foot away or so. So just practice a pole walk. Inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside. If you're left-handed, we'll be here. Inside, outside, inside. And just practice getting comfortable walking around the pole. If we wanted to add a walk around and make this sort of like a cute combo together, we're going to take our inside foot first, and that'll be the first step that we take. We're going to take 3 steps, and then we're going to go into our fireman spin. So we're going to do inside, outside, inside, inside, outside, inside. Once I get here, this outside arm is going to reach across. I'm turning toward the pole, and I'm putting my knees on the pole. Now notice here, I have my forearm giving me a good grip on the pole here. If you are too straight, this may be a little more difficult and you're going to look stiff. So use that non-dominant arm to place your forearm parallel on the pole or to the pole to help you get a little more grounding in this move. And then you can come to the floor, okay? So I'll do it if you're left-handed. And I always will suggest to just try both sides, always, because we don't want to be training unevenly on the pole. We always want to do both sides, even though you'll be stronger on your dominant side. You want to just train both sides. Okay, so we'll do the left side now. We're going to do the fireman spin. First, go to the ground, and then we'll come back up and do our walk around into our fireman spin. All right, going into our left side. We don't want to be beside the pole. We're going to be a little bit behind, if that makes sense. So we're not straight to the side. We're going to be here so we can take our step. So we're going inside step, outside arm comes around over the chest to the pole, turn to the pole, put both knees on the pole. We can arch our back here. Don't be so stiff. Point your toes and slide down to the floor. If you did that, great on the first time, good job. If not, definitely take some practice to do on your hand that's not as strong as your dominant and the side that you're not used to working with. All right, and then we'll do our walk around. Okay, so we're going to be to the side of the pole. I'm going to start with it's going to go inside, outside, inside. Arm comes across into our fireman spin. So we'll go slow. Inside, outside, inside. Our arms coming across, returning toward the pole. Both knees are going on the pole. And we're going to slide down to the floor. Whichever side you feel the most comfortable on, you can now proceed to your practice. My pointers or tips for this would be to just remember to point your toes, arch your back some, slide down slowly to the ground. If you don't want to slide down to the ground, you don't have to. You can just simply step off the pole from your fireman spin. So I'm spinning. I can just put my foot down and come off of the pole. So you can play around with that, play around with doing it on both sides, practice your walk around steps. I know it can be tricky to know which foot to go first. I personally find that 3 steps is a good walk around. And for this combo, we're going to be always starting with the inside foot. So inside, outside, inside, arm comes around, straight into our spin. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, feel free to give me a like and subscribe to my channel for more.